Hey everybody, how's it going? It is June the 5th. Believe me, it is June the 5th. I'm like a cartoon character. No, really, I just gotta find some time to go to the laundromat. But anyway, moving on. I have plenty of footage left over from last night, so I am going to play that now. Touching briefly on the topic of, the 6 degrees of separation or a small world type thing, I have another case that I can share with you. I have a best friend by the name of Steve, but I nicknamed him Shrek because, well, he's like a human ogre. That was no offense to him, it's more of a compliment, I think. And I met Shrek in Manchester back in 2004. Here in Warner, I work at McDonald's, where I know this guy named Eli. Now, his last name, we were talking about how our last names could be spelled differently, different ways, depending on, I guess, your preference or your lineage or whatever have you. And we talked about Shrek's last name. And he was thinking, yeah, I used to know a guy like him. I used to know him back in Laconia. I used to know this guy. And I'm like, wait a minute, is this so-and-so from Laconia? He has 2 sisters, and long story short, both Eli and Shrek know each other. They grew up in the same neighborhood. So of all the places in New Hampshire, an hour or so away either way from their original homes, I am connected to them. I like to say this is coincidence, I like to again, the whole 6 degrees of separation, but I think there's more at work. Now, I don't consider myself spiritual or religious by any means, but I like to think that there is something at work here, something working, like string theory or quantum theory or whatever the heck. I don't know what would somebody call this. I'm gonna have to touch on that at another time. Speaking of people at work, one of my coworkers dumped her boyfriend either today or yesterday because she found him cheating on her. I kind of feel bad because my first thought was, yes, I might not like her like that, but, he's out of her life and stuff, and, what? In addition, I watched some Doctor Who today, the last episode until the fall, when, they continue the storyline, which is crazy. Do you watch Doctor Who? That's my question. And have you watched Doctor Who? And if you do watch Doctor Who, have you ever cried, or at least felt very emotional any time in the series? Let's just say that I cried just a tad bit. It was very intense, to me anyway. Yeah. Have a good day.